In yesterday's update, Respawn secretly removed an item, added 2 items, and also added a new way to get heirlooms. But honestly, there's a bit of confusion around this, and I think I've caused some of it, so find out why you shouldn't buy these in this video. But first, Respawn removed the gold knockdown from the game. This was found out by players going into the firing range and realizing the golden knockdown isn't here anymore. Later on throughout the evening, as people were questioning whether Respawn removed it just from the firing range or the actual game, we got confirmation that the gold knockdown has been removed from comp games as confirmed through developers in the Pro League Discord, and as an extension removed from pubs, ranked and firing range as well, which is leading most people to believe this is a temporary removal until Respawn figure out how they want to nerf the gold knockdown. And there have been a few rumours that I can't verify because I don't know what the source is, saying it is going to get nerfed after Thanksgiving, although most things around the gold knockdown right now are rumours, so take everything with a grain of salt. So why was it removed? Well, it has created an OP meta that a lot of people are not happy with, and this meta is so crazy it has catapulted Newcastle from being one of the least picked legends in the game to the 3rd most picked legends, and Lifeline into the #1 spot at a nearly 20% pick rate. So you may be asking, what does the gold knockdown do? Well, it has a bonus perk that allows the user of the gold knockdown to revive any teammate to half health instead of being revived with a fraction of your health. And people are combining this with the new support update released in season 23, where every single support legend got a new passive allowing faster revives, and also successful revives allowing health generation on the revived player. So combining these new revive buffs with the gold knockdown creates some interesting fights to say the least. And by interesting, I mean 3v3 support only fights where everybody keeps reviving their teammates and the fight goes on for about 5 minutes, and at the end people just get bored and walk off from each other. Seriously, when combining the gold knockdown with the new support passive with something like Newcastle's revive, all hell breaks loose, as some fights start to feel impossible when you start knocking enemies and then they're revived 2 seconds later at full health. This meta has been fun but toxic. A lot of people have said they've quit the game over this meta, so it's not surprising that the gold knockdown has seemingly been removed until it undertakes some changes. Although Respawn did admit at the start of the season that they do release things broken to get people's attention, with an exact quote being, "There is a certain level of imbalance that you have to go for to release something hot and spicy," along with a following quote from a Respawn developer saying it needs to come out the gate feeling like it's not just on par with everything else, it's kind of something people are excited about, something people want to try and experiment with. So you go a little overboard on that front to make sure it stands out, knowing that it's probably too far and we can probably tweak these back if it becomes a problem. Those quotes, which were from a Respawn developer at the start of this season, does make me think they did deliberately release the support update a bit OP to get people comfortable with playing support legends again. And if they created this insane support meta deliberately, credit to them, because apparently everybody's become a Newcastle main because of his revive animation and also his indestructible tactical. A lot of people, especially pro players, are complaining that there's no counter to the current support meta and it's not enjoyable because of that. But the funny thing is, Respawn removed the counters to the support meta in the season 23 update, where they removed Crypto's and Maggie's ability to destroy the Gibraltar bubble and the ability to destroy Newcastle's tactical on a whole. But then again, when there are counters in Apex, people get mad. Like, remember the fact that Sear's tactical had the ability to cancel revives? Everybody hated that, so I think having some ability that would counter support legends would be counterintuitive and also annoy people. This isn't Overwatch. We need a balanced game overall, and not, well, she counters him and he counters her, but she also counters him, and she counters him but not him. She actually gets countered by him. We don't want that here. I think Respawn just kind of have to adjust the revive mechanics or the gold's knockdown perk values. Don't nerf the supports too much because they are now a pretty viable pick, but I guess we'll have to wait until after Thanksgiving to see how this actually goes, whether Respawn make any changes or they just remove the gold knockdown from competitive forever and keep it in pubs. It's funny, the gold knockdown has always caused a lot of issues in Apex, because before its perk was giving people extra health on revive, its perk was self-revive, where you could self-revive yourself if you had a gold knockdown. So it's funny how everybody has always hated this thing no matter the perk on it. Yesterday's update though didn't just remove stuff, it added 2 new things. It added a new Rift relic and also a new Rift weapon. The new Rift weapon is very unique because it is a red Mastiff, not the OG Mastiff, but a red one. So you can now get care package weapons from the loot ticks, which is really fun. This thing is incredibly fun to use. It hits like a train and you can be very, very offensive with this. If you combine it with someone like Gibraltar, who has his new shotgun perk, yes, let me remind you of that while we are talking talking about how annoyed players are getting by support legends, or Maggie's shotgun passive, you can be a very, very powerful player. Basically, just go pick this thing up and have some fun with it. The second thing that was added was the squad heal rift relic, and I didn't have any squad to test this out with, but I assume it basically allows anybody in your vicinity that's in your squad to be healed partly or fully by the cosmetics you are using. Maybe if 3 people in the same squad get this, it can be stacked and the effects can be insane. I don't really know. I don't have the resources to test that. Honestly though, I wouldn't pick it up over the Nessie. The Nessie box is still very fun, and if you have 6 Nessies on your team, you are gonna dominate the lobby. Although on the sad side, the EPG is still not here, which makes me sad, especially because it was such a big part of the marketing. And I fear the release of the EPG into the Rift Relics isn't going to bring back as many players as Respawn do anticipate. Although one thing that may bring back some players is the new Black Friday store that got added yesterday as well. And this thing is a doozy, because yesterday I made a video under the impression that this pack right here would basically double your heirloom shards. I was wrong. To me, it looked like you just paid 150 shards and then got 2 packs that dropped 150 shards each. Boy, was I wrong, because it turns out if you buy the shard bundle, it will drop you 2 heirloom packs. The thing about these heirloom packs, despite their appearance being this when you buy them, is that they don't drop you shards, but a random heirloom. So yeah, sorry to anybody I may have confused, but I was confused as well because the wording on this is so weird. Like, heirloom packs, I assume this meant it's a pack that drops you heirloom shards. Like, your 500th pack is an heirloom pack. In Black Friday fashion in Apex as well, there are loads of just pack bundles, and honestly, the packs are at decent prices, so if you do want to buy a few more packs because you know you're close to an heirloom, now might be the time. And also, if you're an heirloom collector just trying to collect as many heirlooms as possible, buy this bundle. Along with the Black Friday pack store, we also got our Black Friday skin store, and most of these bundles are decently priced, to be honest. Like, I diss Apex a lot for trying to squeeze as much money out of us as possible, but these bundles are very ethically priced. I feel like I'm glazing saying that though. Also, there's new starter store items, so if you are a new player and want to unlock every single legend in the game, you can do this. I don't know the prices because obviously I already own every legend in the game. It's kind of my job to do that, but if it's a good price, go for it, I guess. And the Season 14 Battle Pass is now in a retro pack, and this does highlight a bit of a pattern Respawn are doing with the Battle Pass retro packs. They seem to be releasing a new retro Battle Pass pack every single week, and every single week it's the next Battle Pass. So the first pack was the Season 11 pack, the second pack was the Season 12 one, a week later we get the Season 13, and a week later we get the Season 14 retro pack. So following this pattern, in the future we are just going to keep getting retro packs until every single Battle Pass has a retro pack in the store. And to clean it all off, we got the Rift Relic 3 challenge, which is to equip reactive regen from a Rift Relic, and your reward is 1 pack. And because of how these challenges work, last week's challenges have disappeared from the game, so they are no longer completable. And that is just about it for the update added yesterday to Apex. So did you buy an heirloom pack?